Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I'll be reviewing the A-18C Swiss. This fighter is currently 12.7 BR in air RB and 12.3 BR in ground RB, as well as being a rank 8 premium aircraft in the German Air Force's tech tree, though it flies under the Swiss flag. The pack that it comes in currently costs $79.99 USD when not on sale, and comes with 30 days of premium time and 3,000 golden eagles. With that said, in this video, I'll be going over everything that you need to know about this Hornet variant, including its stats, how it plays, I'll go over its strengths and weaknesses, I'll give it some scores in several key areas, and then I'll give my final recommendation on if I feel that this vehicle is worth purchasing or not. With that said, if you like this kind of video, please consider subscribing, but without further ado, let's get into the review. Now to start, I'll place the stat card here on the side of the screen. Important things to know are its armament, its turn time, and its overall performance. Now for how it plays. The FA-18C Swiss is basically an FA-18C with all the gadgets and upgrades, though without the AIM-120 AMRAAMs and glide bombs. That is to say, this version of the Hornet is fast, mostly well equipped, and has excellent maneuverability. For air battles, the FA-18C Premium has access to up to 6 AIM-9L IR-guided all-aspect missiles, as well as up to 6 AIM-7P SARH missiles, though you can only carry up to 4 of them if you carry up to 6 Sidewinders, which means that your maximum missile capacity is 10 in total. This is great for its BR, and means that you can outcarry pretty much all planes in a down tier and still be decently situated in up tiers. Still, AIM-7P Sparrows, while pretty decent, aren't nearly the best at this BR, as they are beaten in most ways by Russian R-27 SARH missiles, especially the ER variant. Still, the AIM-7P is an improvement over the AIM-7M that many players may already be familiar with, as the P variant has somewhat better mid-course trajectory changing capability. The Sidewinders, however, are a bit longer in the tooth at this BR, as they aren't extremely maneuverable, lack IRCCM, and are generally very easily flared away. Still, the AIM-9Ls are all aspect, track fairly well when they're not flared, and have a surprisingly good range, considering that they are IR-guided missiles. Most importantly, however, this Hornet variant can carry up to 6 of them, which allows you to miss a few shots and still be okay. With that said, the FA-18C Swiss has the improved engines of the FA-18C, which means that it has around 10% additional thrust over the FA-18C Early Premium in the American Air Tech tree. This gives it even better performance than the already fantastic performance on earlier variants of the Hornet. Mix in equally amazing maneuverability, and you have a plane in the FA-18C Swiss that is easily among the best close-range fighters in-game around this BR. It can certainly engage at somewhat of a range due to its great radar and good enough AIM-7Ps, but the true home of this beast is within 10 kilometers. So long as you dodge any possible ARH missiles at the beginning of each match, this plane should be able to net you at least a kill or two with some consistency. Now for close air support, the Swiss Hornet is arguably a bit better than how it is in air battles, as it can use a tremendous amount of varied and versatile ordnance to reach out and touch the enemy from many kilometers away. It can carry both laser and IR-guided AGM-65 Mavericks, as well as an assortment of dumb bombs, snake eyes, rockets, and both laser and GPS-guided bombs, all supported with the good ANAAS-38B targeting pod. These weapons allow for tremendous variety in terms of playstyle for CAS, as you can destroy enemies basically however you'd like, so long as you survive against modern SPAA. I personally prefer using the AGM-65G IR-guided Mavericks with the ANAAS-38B to track, lock, and fire on enemies from over 10 kilometers away. These are fire and forget. This allows for excellent standoff range to help somewhat mitigate the enemy SPAA risk. Otherwise, the Hornet can still fly very capably at low altitudes to deliver dumb bombs and rockets to the enemy. Not only this, but you can also drop EGBU-24Bs, which are actually laser guided until they no longer have a laser to guide them, at which point they will guide themselves to the target via GPS, which is fantastic and acts as sort of a failsafe. Once you're done with ground forces, you should have 2 AIM-9Ls and either 1 or 2 AIM-7Ps, depending on how you set your custom loadouts, in order to take care of enemy aircraft. These capabilities make the Swiss Hornet into an absolute beast of versatility. Now with all that said, let's get into its strengths and weaknesses, and first for its strengths. It has the ANAAS-38B targeting pod, which is an upgrade over the ANAAS-38A that the American Premium Hornet has, in that the B variant, in theory, has air-to-air IRST capability, at least in real life. In-game, it currently just seems to have a more active laser. Regardless, it's still a very good targeting pod with thermals and excellent magnification. Second, this vehicle has 120 countermeasures, which is fairly good but not amazing. This is also 2 times what the American Premium Hornet has. For its third third strength, it has very good radar that reliably tracks enemies. Additionally, it is very slightly better than the AN/APG-65 on the American Premium Hornet, which in theory should allow for slightly better tracking capabilities than its American cousin. For its fourth strength, it has excellent anti-ground capabilities, with weapons that include the AGM-65E and G, EGBU laser and GPS guided bombs, dumb bombs, snake eyes, and a whole lot of rockets in terms of both Zunis and the Mighty Mouse. In total, you can carry up to 7,700 kilograms of payload with this beast, which is fantastic. For its fifth strength, it has excellent overall performance in terms of acceleration, rate of climb, and top speed. This is largely due to the two F404 GE402 engines, of which have about 10% more thrust than the already excellent engines on the FA-18C early premium with the Americans. Beyond this, it has fantastic maneuverability. For its seventh strength, it has access to AIM-7P SARH missiles, of which are a slight upgrade over the AIM-7M in that they have an increased ability to change trajectory mid-flight. These are quite good for Sparrows, but aren't quite as versatile range or speed-wise as R-27s. Beyond this, it can carry up to 10 missiles if you carry 6 AIM-9Ls and 4 AIM-7Ps. And finally, of course, as premium RP and SL bonuses. Now for its weaknesses. First, while decent, all things considered, AIM-7Ps are still second run compared to Russian R-27 missiles. I guess this isn't so much of a weakness as it is a comparison. Second, energy bleed while turning is substantial and can quickly drain your speed if you're not careful. And finally, while AIM-9Ls aren't terrible, they're showing their age at this BR and can be easily flared away. Also, they don't have great maneuverability. Now with all that being said, let's get into how I score this vehicle. And first, for air RB and dogfighting, I give it a 7.25 out of 10. Simply put, the FA-18C Premium is very good for air combat. While it doesn't have anything that feels incredibly powerful, as the missiles are decent but not great, at this BR the Premium Hornet has plenty of missiles, excellent performance, and a great radar, as well as a good amount of countermeasures. The AIM-7P SARH missiles aren't great, but they'll get the job done within 10 kilometers, which is good enough at this BR, especially in down tiers. A bit worse are the AIM-9Ls, but you can carry up to 6 of them, and the maneuverability of the Hornet is such that you should be able to get into excellent firing position against enemies where they don't know that you're there, and thus can succeed with your sidewinders. In all though, this Premium Hornet is better than the American Premium version in many ways, and it shows even just slightly in this score. Just as a note, each score in this review is at least 0.25 points higher than what I have for the American version, due to the improvements made with the Swiss Premium. Now for close air support, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. In much the same way, the close air support capabilities are excellent on this vehicle, arguably being even better than the air-to-air performance on it. It can carry long-range AGM-65E and G variants, which can help to keep you alive versus the extremely strong SPAA in War Thunder at this BR. Further, not only do you have GBUs, which the American Premium Hornet has, but you also have EGBUs, of which have additional GPS and IOG tracking on top of their standard laser tracking, which means that they will strike the last point that you have selected with your laser, barring some crazy obstacles to doing that. On top of that, you have plenty of dumb bombs, snake eyes, as well as up to 32 Zunis or 152 Mighty Mouse rockets. Not only this, but even with a full CAS loadout of your choice, this plane can still carry 2 AIM-9Ls and a single AIM-7P, which means that you can perform capable air cover even when you're all done with CAS. The only downside compared to the American Premium Hornet is that the Swiss Premium lacks TV guided bombs, at least currently, which I consider to be slightly better than the GPS guided bombs that this vehicle has with the EGBUs. This is because TV guided bombs will track targets, whereas GPS guided bombs will fly towards whatever area was pre-selected. In short though, it can play pretty much however you want in terms of CAS, and has almost all of the types of weapons that one could need to both strike the enemy and stay alive, especially when considering its excellent and upgraded AN/AAS-38B targeting pod. Now overall, I give it a 7.25 out of 10. The FA-18C Premium is absolutely fantastic. It excels in pretty much every way that you can think of, and builds on the already great FA-18C early premium in the American air tech tree. Again, it has no singular weapon that is best in-game, but it has so many of them and excellent performance to boot, as well as fantastic technology that it should be able to match any plane that it comes across, especially in close range. In close air support, this is much the same, where the FA-18C has excellent fire and forget long range options that you can utilize to destroy enemy SPAA and other important ground targets. In all, very few aircraft, premium or otherwise, are as complete as this Premium Hornet, at least relative to BR. And to be honest with you, I may even be underselling just how damn good this plane is, and it may even deserve a slightly higher score of up to 7.5 or even 7.75 out of 10, maybe even 8 out of 10 depending on what you want to look at overall. It's that good. And I do not give a score of over 7 out of 10, much less close to 8 out of 10 very lightly, which says a lot about how I perceive this vehicle. Now with all that said, do I recommend the purchase of the premium FA-18C in the German Air Force's tech tree? Yes, I do. At least as much as one can recommend a digital vehicle pack that's currently selling for $79.99 USD when not on sale. This vehicle can pretty much do anything that you ask of it in any game mode. Heck, I'd even go so far as to say that it is not currently just the best premium aircraft at this BR, but it might just be the best aircraft overall at this BR, which is honestly saying quite a bit. It borrows the upgrades of the FA-18C late and even adds a little bit, but largely keeps the weapons of the FA-18C early, which means that it has a much lower BR than the FA-18C late, but benefits from all of its extra technology, which means that it's just better than the FA-18C early. Now, as of right now, while it does feel a little bit boring, as this is not a unique aircraft by any means, it is absolutely phenomenal, and it should be able to allow most players to quickly and easily grind through the German Air Force's tech tree and provide excellent close air support versus ground. To top it all off, this version, barring a future BR change where it has a different BR than the FA-18C early in the American Air tech tree, is inarguably better than said American Premium Hornet. The only way in which it is lesser is that the Swiss Premium lacks TV-guided bombs, but those are so niche, and you still have GPS-guided bombs to make up for it, which, of course, the regular FA-18C early does not have. So yes, I fully recommend this plane for purchase, though of course I will suggest to wait for a sale in order to save some money, and I also give the Swiss Hornet my Tankenstein seal of approval. Rarely is a plane so damn good in War Thunder, but this is one of those rare planes that can do anything that you need. It is a jack of all trades, or, as you might want to say, a Swiss Army knife. Now with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. If you don't mind, please consider liking this video, as well as commenting on it and subscribing to my channel. Let me know what you guys think of the FA-18C Swiss and of this video in the comments below. Either way, thanks again, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.